Woo! Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag live if you're watching live. Hashtag replay if you're on replay. So, I've done at least 3 or 4 videos on this topic, but I'm going to redo it. Okay? We got some new members to the group. Maybe you haven't seen it yet. Maybe this question is in your mind and you want to know the answer. So, spoiler alert, I'm not going to provide you with the answer that you're probably looking for. However, I will at least ponder some things that maybe you can sit on and unpack for yourself, and then possibly reach out to me for help if need be. So, how many calories should I be eating? I got hit with this question 3 times this week. 3 times. So, I'll be honest. You know, there is some things inside of me when I get this question, I'm just like, not this question again. No big deal. It is what it is. I can understand why people ask this question, because why not? Just tell me how many calories I'm supposed to eat to lose X or gain X, and I'll go do it. The unfortunate part here is it's a lot more complicated than just that. And a lot of this has nothing to do with the individual and has everything to do with the way food works, okay, the way our bodies work, the way life works. So I want to maybe spin this question a little bit differently. And if you've ever asked this question of someone or asked it of yourself, I'd like for you to ask yourself a different question, more so from the standpoint of, if you did know how many calories that you should eat, how would you act differently? Okay? Because if the problem is really that you're overeating or you're eating more of a certain food group that has more caloric value to it, then maybe this answer would help. But if the problem lies deeper than that, which I'm really sure that it does for a lot of people, is eating out of convenience, emotional eating, not really knowing what to eat, eating more processed foods, eating foods that have a long shelf life, etc., etc. So if that's the case, then knowing how many calories that you need to eat per day is not really going to work for you. It may work for a little bit of time, but how successful do you think you're going to be when you have to meticulously look at the package or look up a food and be able to count exactly this amount in order to do so? Ask any professional bodybuilder. They only do it for a short amount of time, and then they kind of go off of it, and then they kind of understand exactly what they need to do for their body. And that's the key point for their body. Not comparing everyone to professional bodybuilders, but the example and the parallels hold true here with this example. So, to really be able to answer this question, you would have to know the following things. Gender, okay, because that matters. Body mass, activity level, physiology, right? So you have to know these, and plus probably a few more, in order to really be able to hone in on that exact number. And if you found that exact number, guess what? There's going to be a few hurdles in your way that's going to poo-poo on that number. And these are the following. And this one is the most important. The FDA uses 5 different ways to test our food and how much calories they have. 5. Not 1, not 2, but 5, okay? So if you can kind of put that in your mind and say, okay, well, there's 5 different ways, then this number could be like a difference of a lot, and then you'd be right, because labels can be off as much as 25 to 30%. So something could be 130 calories, could be 100 calories, or maybe 70 calories. So if you're meticulously counting calories with the hope result of, I want to lose weight, it could be off as much as 25 to 30%. That's going to really put a damper on your meticulous counting of, the amount of calories that you're eating. I think it really does matter where these calories come from, guys. I know nobody wants to admit it, but when you eat unprocessed foods, versus eating processed foods, your body does different things. It looks a different way. It just does. Fact of the matter. If I ate 1,000 calories of McDonald's or 1,000 calories of fruits and vegetables, my body's going to look different. Not only is it going to look different, it's going to operate different. Yes, at a baseline level, the amount of calories that you eat matters. Okay, it's a law of thermodynamics. In order to lose weight, you have to take in less calories than you burn. The trick here is that number we don't know. And I'm going to tell you, in a roundabout way, it doesn't matter because there's a better way to figure out how to get in that calorie deficit and for you to lose weight. And it's a lot easier than sitting here and counting calories. Also, how you cook your food matters. Okay, so if you take a chicken breast and you cook it, it's going to weigh differently than it did, pre-cooked versus cooked. So, and there's a lot of different other examples that I've provided in other videos that the cooking process either reduces the amount of calories or enhances the amount of calories. So, and plus, you have to remember when you're starting to add other things in, condiments and calories when you drink, etc. You have to count all that. If you're going to count calories, you got to count every single thing that you put in your body that has calories to it. Basically anything other than water. It's tedious. I don't know why anyone would want to do this because I literally would pull my hair out if I had any. And there's a lot better way. I've got so many different videos in the guide section, which used to be called the units, about the portion sizes. This literally will save you so much time, so much effort, and you can eat from a variety of different places, okay, still have your favorite foods, and still get the results that you want to get. Again, I've got those 5 pillars that is a part of all of my coaching programs, that the nutritional blueprint is really begun with every single individual's focus on those 5 pillars, which really makes all of this nullified. Because at the end of the day, this shit doesn't matter. Because number 1, it's going to be off, and number 2, you're not going to do it anyway. Let's just be real. And for the most part, the challenge isn't necessarily just the fact that you're overeating. The challenge is, why are you overeating? And when we can really get down to the nitty-gritty on that answer, we can then solve your problem. But until then, you're still going to have a problem. This is why coaching exists. This is why I am here. This is why I coach a variety of different people. So if this is something that you're interested in, it's something you want to go down the rabbit hole of, and you want to get in the best shape possible, and you don't want to have to do this count the calorie bullshit, and you want to be a better version of yourself, message me, DM me, whatever the case may be. Hope everybody has a happy and a healthy day. #value. If you found value in this video, Buff Gandhi. Woo! Stop counting your calories.